Do your job.
Marcos for FightHubTV.com, standing here with the trainer of Nonito, the Filipino Flash, Donaire, Robert Garcia. Robert, coming up to this fight, Fernando Montiel and Nonito Donaire, February 19th at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, Nevada. You know, the last fight that Nonito had, he kind of had to train himself for a little bit because you were training Margarito for the fight. Now that you have your whole time to dedicate to Nonito for this fight, how much of a plus is that for you and Nonito in this fight?
You know what, Nonito's a hard trainer. You know, I came to his camp 3 weeks before his last fight, and he did 12 rounds without, you know, came out of the ring smiling, happy, enjoying, you know, the rounds that he just finished doing, and it was 12 hard with 3 different guys. So, you know, that itself told me that, you know, he could do it himself. You know, he'll mentally prepare himself for a big fight. You know, this is way bigger. Now I'm with him every day, so it's gonna make a big difference. But you know, he's very dedicated to the sport.
This last fight that Nonito had against Vladimir Sidorenko in Anaheim, I just want to say it was a jaw-dropping performance on his part. He knocked his opponent down 3 times. But what was interesting is that fight is he didn't fight in his usual counter-punching style. He came out very aggressive. Now, I wanted to see with this fight, is he going to fight that same counter-punching style, or is he going to come out aggressive against Montiel?
No, we still got a little over a month before the fight, so you know we're still studying videos. We got to come up with a perfect game plan to beat Montiel. Montiel is a tremendous fighter. You know, he's had different. He also fights. You know, he could box. He could also counterpunch. He could also brawl if he has to. So you know, we got to picture all that and come up with a good game plan. I think Nonito's, you know, he's so talented that he could adjust to anything that Montiel brings into the ring. If we have to box, we're gonna box. If we have to brawl, we're gonna brawl. But you know, it'll be an exciting fight, and you know, it'll show that Nonito's a tremendous fighter with so much talent. After that fight.
Looking at tape, and looking more importantly at the Hasegawa tape when Montiel fought Hasegawa, you could see immediately that speed kind of troubled Montiel, a combination of speed and aggressiveness. And I'm thinking, you know, based on Nonito's last performance, that if he fights that same fight that he fought with Sidorenko, it's a perfect matchup for Nonito style-wise.
Well, you know, Nonito's, you know, that's why, you know, we had that opponent, you know, perfect, you know, about the same size as Montiel, you know. Can't compare him to Montiel. You know, Sidorenko was a great champion and you know, a very dangerous opponent. But Nonito made it seem very easy. You know, we're not expecting that from Nonito. You know, we know, I mean, from Montiel, we know we're in a real fight, and you know, a fighter like Montiel knows that, you know, he could have trouble the first few rounds, but you know, his power, his heart, you know, could turn the fight around in any round. So we got to be prepared for that, and that's why, you know, we're training not only physically but mentally to be able to overcome all that.
Do you think you have the harder hitting fighter, or do you think it's Montiel?
You know what? They both hit hard. You know, I think Montiel is a hard puncher. I think Nonito's speed and power could even that up. You know, even if Montiel has a hard one punch,
a stinging punch.
Exactly. I think with Nonito's speed, you know, 3-4 punch combinations, that evens everything up.
Now, switching away from this fight and switching more onto you, you know, you were a former champion in your day, and I just had a question that I wanted to get out there for you. You being a trainer, do you feel that fighters now are not as tough as fighters back then when you fought, or fighters were even tougher even before you thought? Well, what's your take on all that?
They were tougher before. You know, I was using examples. You know, like the Salvador Sanchez fighters who never had any strength and conditioning coach, never had a dietitian, never had, you know, like what everybody's used to having right now, and you know, Salvador Sanchez fought 15 rounds without opening his mouth. You know, and you know, tremendous eating good and training hard. That's all it takes, and that's what I try to get my fighters to know. You know, you got to train hard. You got to eat good to be strong and be able to train hard. But you know, you got to train your ass off, and that's what it takes. You know, train your ass off. And you know, when I was fighting, I trained hard, but it was, you know, I don't know. I just feel that I never trained as hard as I should have done. And now that's what I try to get my fighters to do. You know, train hard, because that's what it takes to be great.